Hi everyone, welcome to Art Less Ordinary by Ben. Alright, so tonight I decided I want to do an infinity pour. So I've gone to a turquoise and a blue in one side and a light and dark purple in the other side, mixed with white, black, and I'm deciding to put in decoart americana metallics. So usually this paint mixed with these ones, which are mont, gives pearls. So we will see whether it actually works in an infinity pour or not. So other times I've just used normal silver, but this decoart one hopefully will give us some pearls. So that's what I would like. We will have to wait and see. So these here are the four colours. Are 22 grams of paint, 38 grams of floetrol, and 15 grams of water. The black, white, and silver are 11 grams of paint, 19 grams of floetrol, and 8 grams of water. So, and that's it. Just paint, floetrol, water, mix it up, and there we go. So I'm just going to put a little bit in the bottom. I've noticed that the first colour I put in always is the dominant colour. So if I put just a tiny tad in, I'm hoping that I can get it a little bit more mixed up this way. We will see. So it's just a matter of pouring the colours in, adding a splash of white here and there, a bit of splash of black, and a splash of silver. So I'm already getting some pretty cool effects in the cup, which is precisely what I want. So usually it's just a matter of pouring them in layers, or I mean not layers, in like a dirty pour type of effect. Having a bit of fun. Ooh, that's really selling up that decoart. So I should get some cool effects, I reckon. Yeah, so usually by the time that I've done this, both of these cups here should be relatively full. Oh, they are actually going to be full. I can see it already. So these infinity pours, they're really fun. And there's no set way that you got to do it. You just, not that I found you just put the colours in whatever way you want. I do find that it works better when you do it like a dirty pour. I don't know if I really feel like trying to do it as a layered pour. This way has actually given me really good effects. And sometimes, why mess with what works well? If I have a bored day and I want to really try something different, I may try it as a layering one, but for now, this has actually turned out really good and lots of fun. So I'm not sure if you can see it, but see how that silver's come to the top and it's selling up and going really cool. So this using the decoart may be my new best friend when I do infinity pours. And the good thing about it is, it does come in quite a good assortment of colours. So I'll probably try this another time using an extreme sheen, the decoart extreme sheen, and see what I get with that. That might turn out to be a lot of fun. And this is it, everyone. You gotta have fun. I think that's why a lot of us do art, is because it's enjoyable. We like to enjoy ourselves, and art is heaps of, I really enjoy it. I work a lot of the week, well, most of the week. I come home and kicking back and doing a pour it's my relaxed time, really. Sometimes I have trouble trying to think, what should I pour this time? Just because usually there's always lots of different ideas going through my head. And I try to mix up my videos so I'm not doing the same video all the time as well. So if I was doing pouring just for myself, I probably would do some a bit more frequently. So, because each time you do a certain type of pour, you learn a bit more. So if you want to get really good at like flip cups or swipes, just keep doing them until you feel like you've learnt the process properly. I just don't want to give you guys the same video all the time, so I like to do something a little bit different each day. Occasionally I might do 2 days in a row, but I don't want to overload you with the same type of pouring. I might do the black. And this doesn't really use up a lot of paint, infinity pours. When you think about it, I use 22 grams of paint for 4 different colours and 11 grams of paint for the black, the white and the silver. So the rest is floetrol with water, so it's not a ton of paint when you actually put it into perspective. And that's, I'm doing a 12 by 16 canvas, so it's not a tiny canvas by any means. So if you wanted to do, I did actually find, I did do this in a smaller canvas, an infinity pour, and it wasn't as easy. I felt like I needed the space to be able to spin the cups more. So, but it still turned out good. I just found it not as easy for me to actually do. Alright, we're nearly there. But can you see all the silver on the top of this cup as well? So I'm hoping I get really good effects with this decoart paint in here. And do try this with different paints. You do get different effects sometimes using different paints, so there's no harm in actually just testing things out. May not be perfect, but that's the fun of doing test ones. You kind of learn as you go. Alrighty, I'm going to put my gloves on because Sometimes when I do this, I end up putting the paint too close to the edge and I have to start tilting. So this way, if I have to tilt straight away, I'm already prepared. Actually, I'll show you one thing quickly. It looks like my swipe on my MDF board is completely dry. I'm not rubbing my hand over the top just in case, but it's dried really, really well. The copper's come up good. I'm going to do this again, but I'm going to do each colour having some metallic in it, even if I just put some silver with the blues, just to give every colour a shine. But I'm super happy with that one. That's really turned out quite good. So, yay. Alright, so as you can see, I think, got some really good silver happening in these two. So these are quite full. I probably should actually use bigger cups so it's a little bit easier. And, alright, get my hands going, get the rhythm going in my brain. And let's see if I can keep that up once I got the cups. Alright, I'm going to lose too much. So I just had to stop it from going over that corner or edge. Ooh, looking quite good. I can see the silver, I can see pearls forming, so I'm going to start tilting. Okay, over we go. Now I'm going to fix that corner as I go because it just didn't get the bottom of the corner. Sometimes you can't help it. Sometimes you're going to lose bits you like, but you've got to get it over the corners. So, over and back. Oh, I am super loving the colours in this. Over and back. Alright, now make sure the corners are done. And now adjust it until you've got the composition that you want with your pattern. Bring that down a little bit. How is that looking? If there's a corner you want to get rid of, you tip it off now. I'm wondering if I should tip a little bit off this corner, but I don't want to overstretch that end up here. I am quite liking this. I might see what happens if I bring it down a little bit more. How is that? Is everyone liking this one? I think I am. And my fingers are so pretty. Can't do anything about that. Oh, I so love doing these infinity pours. And I can see, I don't know if you guys can, but there's heaps of metallic through there. If I go on this angle, there's metallic there, there. It's even mixed in with the colours and made them metallic. It's got metallic here and running through there. I can see kind of cells or stuff forming. Sometimes it continues to, sometimes it doesn't. It kind of does what it wants to do. But let's see if we can encourage some cells. Got the blowtorch going. Turn it down lowish. Just popping any air bubbles. At the same time, seeing if I get any cells form. With these infinity pours, you do sometimes get different effects show up in time anyway. It's like it kind of just takes its time to get there. Alrighty, I'm just going to hold the blowtorch up high and just warm it from a distance. I don't want to damage any of the paint by overheating it. I'm just going to keep moving around with the blowtorch up high. So you do get effects with using decoart, I find anyway. So see how you get like this kind of rippling effects. So by adding it, you're going to get different effects anyway, even if you don't exactly get per se pearls. I think I can see a couple starting to show on this edge over here, and there's a couple up here. Whether they will stay or whether they will, because the paint is quite fluid. When you mix it with floetrol and water, it does become quite a fluid paint. That's why you got to kind of, when you start pouring, you got to move really quick. But in saying that, it's just, I don't know, I just find these are real awesome. And I think it's turned out better that I've mixed the paints in a lot more different layers. So instead of putting in like a quarter of the paint, then the quarter of the other colour, I went a little bit. I think it's kind of blended the colours well. And don't use too much black. As you can see, I used half the amount of black to every other, to half the amount of white, black and silver to the other colours. And it's got a fair bit of darkness in it. So don't always overdo it with black. You will regret it. I've noticed that with a couple of my artworks. I just put too much black in there, or even amount of black, and it doesn't always play well with others. I think I need it in there for contrast, but I don't want it to become a dominant feature. So to me, the black is making these colours pop without actually taking over and making the whole thing look like a very dark and gloomy artwork. I think that's all I'm going to do to heat it up. Put your blowtorch where it's not going to touch anything, because that will be super hot because I've had it on for a while. I've got pearls coming up through here, there, down the side here. Not so much across here. I can see them forming in this area, but I think it was already there. And I've got a couple of coming up over here. So they may have come to the surface by themselves anyway. I just decided to heat it because it's usually something that I do. So, whoa. I'm just going to scrape my edges now and make sure that I have paint on all my corners properly. So this is just to stop any excess paint running off. And the drops that are coming off the edges are beautiful. And this is another artwork. You really would like the canvas to be as level as possible. Some canvases you can get away with, like some of them have some canvases I get or go to use have a slight rock to them. Not much, just a tiny little bit of a rock. I use those for ghost swipes, reflection swipes, things like that. When you use them for certain pours, you'll walk away from it and you can stare at it and it doesn't move. You can walk away for an hour, come back, and it has changed the composition or the pattern. Half of it's ran off. So always do your best to not use ones that are slightly, and it could just be the tiniest little rock from corner to corner. So when I put my canvas down, I touch the two corners opposites like that and just see if there's a rock in it. This one here I don't think it had one. I don't know what I used. I had a canvas that had a slight rock in it, but I can't remember what I used it for. I used it for one of my artworks. But yeah. So this is actually really super awesome. I love it. There's only one bad thing about when you do artwork that you love. It's hard to give it away or sell it or anything because you kind of want to keep them, but you can't keep everything. But this one, I believe I will end up keeping this one. I am going to make a painting for my friend. Brought a new puppy, so I'm going to make the puppy a painting. But that sounds crazy, but I love animals, so I got to try and do in colours that dogs can actually see because I can't see all colours. All right, I'm going to bring you down for a close-up. And there we are. So this here is all silver. There's silver up here, through there, over here, and down in here. This is all silver. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to see. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. And see how the shimmer's kind of gone into the colours as well. So as we go along, quite a lot of this is quite shimmery. Sorry, the lighting. Alright, sorry. But here we go. So it's got really cool effects in it. It gets all different effects come through it, which are really, really awesome. As we go along, this is the rippling of that extreme sheen. Come up here where there is kind of pearls, as you can see, coloured pearls, and here and over there. More pearls across here. And we've got lots more silver happening up here and in the corner. Come down. It's really kind of made everything a little bit shimmery, which is going to be so cool when it dries. And this center part is really nice galaxy-like. So that is the whole artwork. I cannot say exactly how happy I am because I am so happy right now. I would be jumping up and down, but it's going to make the camera shake. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this. So this is an infinity pour using marte paints with decoart metallics, decoart americana metallic silver, which I only used 11 grams of paint in, was it 11? Yep, 11 grams of that paint. So you're not going to use very much, but see the amount of effects that it's put in this 16 by 12 by 16 canvas. So a decent sized canvas with not a lot of the metallic paint in there is giving me really cool effects. So you don't always have to use a lot of your expensive paint to get nice features or highlights. But there we go. Thank you so much for watching my video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share, like, comment. Yeah, really, I'd really love it if people could share them. I'd like more people to see my videos. Help me get a few more subscribers. I'm over 220 now, so I'm really happy. But it'd be cool to have more. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another pour. All right, have a good night. Bye.